morning, welcome to my channel, Fat to Keto. My friends call me Jelly. I've lost 181 pounds on a ketogenic journey. Yes, it's been a journey because I've had tons of ups and downs and stalls, and in the beginning I lost tons and tons of weight, then went off keto for a couple of months and gained some weight back, lots of weight back. Then on September 2017, I stuck with keto, gained a lot more weight, but my main weight was in the beginning. As of December 7th, 2017, I only lost like a total of 70 pounds. However, it was way more than that because I did go up quite a few times here or there because my ketogenic journey has not been like this at all. It's woo! Yes, and that's without cheating. I did have a carb up this past November because I was so stalled. Everyone said it would work. It did not work. It made me gain weight and tons of inches. Also, it made it very hard to get back on keto. My father had a heart attack at the same time. Don't worry, he made it through perfectly fine, but it stressed me on beyond belief, and some other health issues with myself and other people had happened in December, and I ended up gaining to 210. I got that back off down to 200, but I had gotten to 187 and then jumped up the next day. Come to find out, I can't have almonds. I can't have nuts of any kind. It makes me gain 7 pounds overnight. Come to find out, I'm allergic to it and didn't even know it. Yes, you can have an allergy to foods, and the only way you know it is because your weight goes up drastically the next day. You don't have hives, your throat don't swell or nothing. I was hoping when I went to the allergist this past week, they would tell me I wasn't allergic to almonds because it keeps happening. No. I am very allergic to almonds, according to my skin test and the blood work. I'm still waiting for more blood work to come back in. She set off a whole bunch of them, but she wasn't sure which ones they would actually have to be able to do. So hopefully they have them all. I still don't know. I figured I would have heard back by now, but the ones that they did have, like nuts and fish and normal stuff like that, that all came back. The funny thing is, depending on what time of the year, is whether or not I show up allergic to certain stuff on the test. It's really strange. A couple of months ago, it showed I was very allergic to eggs, both yellow and white. Now the new test, months later, I'm not allergic to any of it. So, like the doctor said, you can't always go by the test results. You have to go by what the food actually does to you once it gets in your body. So if you gain a bunch of weight, it caused inflammation, which means you are very sensitive to it and should not be eating it. If it causes tons of bloat and stomach discomfort, you are very sensitive to it and should not be eating it. She told me this after every single test result that came back so that I would understand it doesn't matter if it says I have no problem with wheat. If I actually digest it and I'm in severe pain and don't feel well and my stomach bloats, then obviously I shouldn't be eating wheat. So I'm going to show you this morning's blood work and what else has happened today. Okay, morning glucose time. This morning I have tried putting my hand in hot water to try to make it bleed easier. Because my fingers don't like to bleed, especially when they're cold. $81. So we are going to test ketones because that is a good glucose reading. And we're going to have to put another hole. I think I'm going to have to start using the other finger. Okay, hold on. anyone else have this much trouble bleeding? I really have to poke myself a lot. Okay. So I think this is going to be low ketosis, but I'll do the GKI and put an insert in after this. Okay, so the glucose was amazing. I love that number. That made me very happy. And the ketone, it basically either says I'm not in ketosis or I'm in low ketosis. I'm going with low ketosis, which I'm happy with because I'm not eating all the fats I were a couple of days ago. So when you eat tons of fat, your body gets higher and higher in ketosis. It's turning all that fat into ketones. When you start lowering that fat amount, because I do a higher protein, I was doing 150 grams a day of fat. Now I'm down to, the app says I can do 98, but I do less than that usually. So I'm down to around 60, 70, 80 a day. Which it's already low at 98 because it normally says to do 150 something, but I changed the app to go higher keto protein. So that means that I'm going to get in ketosis less. Ketosis is amazing. Yes, I am keto. Yes, I'm burning ketones, but it's not going to show in the blood test. It's not going to show on pee strips. Pee strips because I've been keto too long. Blood test because every time my body is making it, I am using it immediately. It's not floating around in my bloodstream. It's only making what it needs. When you eat a lot of fat, it has tons of fat to make ketones. So it makes it whether it needs it or not at that moment because you just put tons of fat into your body. But I'm trying to make my body make it from itself. So, unfortunately, I'm not like a lot of people who can do the high fat, normal amount of calories, and still lose weight anymore. I've lost too much. My body is telling me no. But the inches are going down. Even if the scale is not going down, the inches are. So I'm okay with it, and that's why I'm not going down to only 40 or 50 grams of fat this time around. I was planning on it yesterday, but after eating the food that's on page 4 and actually using the app, it comes to about what the app says for a higher protein keto. It comes to about 70 something. And that's me putting some butter in my coffee, which on page 4, that is not bulletproof coffees, don't exist. But you are allowed 2 tablespoons of butter a day, so I just stick them in my coffee. Because, yeah, someone got me addicted, and I'm really addicted. I'm also allowed 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream a day, and that's in my coffee, so now I'm down to 2 coffees. But I also don't do mayonnaise, and I don't do a lot of the other stuff on the list. I can have 2 tablespoons of a day. So, yeah. So, technically, if you were to eat everything on that list, the 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, the 2 tablespoons of butter, the 2 tablespoons of heavy cream or oil, and you're allowed dressing, that would be a good amount of fat, even if people don't track their fat on page 4. That would still equal a pretty good amount of fat. Kind of what I'm doing now. I think it keeps you under 100 grams of fat a day. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to go crazy low because I did feel amazing with all that fat, and my inches did fall off. So I am just trying to stay below 98 a day. If I go over, am I going to freak out and stress? No, I'm not. Like yesterday, I got really close to that 98 because I put bacon in that Pizza Light salad thingy I had, and it tasted good. So, I still don't know if the vegetables are going to stall me out or not. My weight is just fluxing around the same numbers. I did not weigh this morning. Well, I did. However, I normally don't weigh until 11:30 lately. 11:30, 12 o'clock is what I normally weigh. And when you get on the scale hours beforehand with barely any sleep, your weight is going to be higher than it should be. Like, I was reading 199 something, but I know that's not the real number. If I could have waited and weighed at 11, I would have a real number. I'm slowly trying to get it to where I can weigh in the morning and it be the correct number. But my sleep is horrible. And I'm used to coming home after dropping off my daughter and taking a nap because I don't sleep at night very well. I have nightmares. I have a lot of sleeping issues. Things wake me up. But during the day, from about 8:39 a.m. until 1 o'clock, I usually can sleep soundly. It's not the way I want to sleep, though, because I need to get things done. So, yeah. Trying to keep an eye on the time, too. So, I don't have a weight to report in today. Sorry. We will see tomorrow. My sweater, I decided to wear. It's really comfortable when I go to the doctor. It is actually fitting even looser than the other day, and it has been washed and dried in the dryer, and it seems to be even sagging on me more today. So that's what matters, is inches. I'm also back into a pair of tight little, well, they were tight, they're not tight today, pair of pants. I don't think I can set this up high enough for y'all to see right now. Okay, Google, stop. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, Google, stop. Stop. I'm addicted to my Google. She always turns my lights off. She does everything for me, including telling me when I'm supposed to stop recording and start getting ready to walk out the door. Okay, so let me see if y'all can see the pants. So I haven't been able to wear these pants since before Christmas, way before Christmas, because, you know, I put on a bunch of weight at Christmas, and so I don't know if y'all can see it. And this is just like a let's swallow me now potato sack. At Christmas, this shirt was poking out with my stomach. You would not believe how many inches can go down and you only lose a few pounds. I usually don't wear baggy clothes. They freak me out, especially in the back. It just like, oh, it makes your back look so fat, and then your butt. So, but I'm lazy today and don't really care if it makes me look fat or not, because I know underneath I'm way smaller. My mother, on the other hand, would rather wear something baggy. She thinks it makes you look smaller. Me, I feel like it's the opposite. It makes you look bigger. So, I'm going to shut up right now. I will show you what I have for breakfast today. I will tell you if the doctor says anything. It's about my neck. Oh, I will tell you one thing. So, you know how I've been thinking it's my watches. I don't think it's my watches. I think the reason taking off the other watch worked because I had ibuprofen around the clock for days. Couple of days ago, I think 4, I went off the ibuprofen because y'all said it could help hold water weight and make my scale not move. So I stopped taking it, and for the last 3 days, my head had started shaking more and more each day, the farther along I got off of the Motrin. So I ended up taking it last night and this morning, and now the head shaking has calmed down drastically. It's got inflammatory stuff in the ibuprofen, so I think something's inflamed, which is causing my head to shake. I could have had this condition for a long time and not known it, because I was taking Motrin every day since before. I quit it when I went to Hawaii's this last time. So before that, I was taking it around the clock every day for years of my life because of some conditions I have. So it helps bring them down. Also, it helps bring down my inflammation because I have an inflammation condition in my body as well. So I've always taken the Motrin since I was 13 years old. Yes, 800 milligrams 3 times a day. Yes, my kidneys are fine, and so is my liver, because it can damage it. But I'm like 40, almost 42. And I've been taking it all my life. But over the summer, my headaches went away. My inflammation was testing fine. I was losing weight like crazy, feeling so much better. I was like, well, I don't need this anymore. And I stopped taking them for months. And then all of a sudden, my head started shaking. The crazy part is, though, the head shaking caught on camera never happened until 18 hours after buying a special watch. And my head shook like uncontrollable after not wearing the certain watch for a couple of days and putting this one back on. The shaking stopped almost immediately too, but I also had started retaking my Motrin. around the clock. So, I don't know what's causing it. I just know the Motrin is helping it and not helping the scale. But it's okay because I can't function if my head's shaking. It just means I'm going to have to be very strict with my diet and very, very strict with going to the gym, which I'm hoping to have time to today, but I'm not sure. I have to get in there before 1. You get in there after 1, you might as well forget it. You're never going to get any equipment. So I officially have to walk out the door and talk 5 minutes longer than I was supposed to. So I will talk to you later. Alright, I just got back from the doctor's, orthopedic doctor, after doing tons of tests on me, and exams, and x-rays, and all kind of crap. It turns out that I have some ripped tendons and pulled ligaments, starting down here in my hand, and they go all the way up, all the way to back here in my head. It's why I was having the funky headaches I've been complaining about for a long time now, the severe ear pain I've been having that I've been complaining about, and even saw an ear specialist and everyone, and no one could find out what was wrong. It seems that I overworked it, pulled it, continued to use it, and have just ripped it to pieces. Oh my gosh, I don't feel the pain as much as a normal person was. I've had 3rd-degree burns and I did not pass out. A lot of people do. I could talk through it. It was painful, but I didn't die. I have fibromyalgia. I'm used to living with pain 24/7, so I just thought, like, I knew something was wrong with the head and the ear, and the shoulder blade was hurting tremendously. I knew if I used these hands, shooting pain went up into my head, but no one was actually listening to me. Or they would say, well, it was this, it was that, it was multiple things together, it was your fibromyalgia. But she actually said, no, it is torn tendons and ripped up ligaments, or the other way around, something like that. So it's both things. And that it actually goes all the way up into my head. That's why the ear pain, like I said, the headache, the shoulder pain, everything. So I can't be playing games anytime soon, which makes me sad because I'm a gamer and I haven't played in a while because of this issue. I have to be careful typing too much. I really can't use the left hand much. She does not want me using any of the weight machines at this point in the gym. She's going to try to get me physical therapy, but, you know, insurance, we got to wait and see if I qualify. She did say I could do water aerobics with no problem because it won't hurt my joint. There's a cat. Whose cat? Hold on. I was getting the cat some pepperoni and it ran away. I tried to get it to come back to eat it and it won't eat it. It won't come near me. But that was weird. I've never had a cat come to my door before. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I can do water aerobics, she said, but no machines. I have no clue where I left off. The cat just totally made me lose train of thought. I'm gonna go look for it probably. I need some walking anyways. So we don't know for sure if that's what's causing my head to shake or not, but it is a possibility because that tendon and ligaments, they do run into my head and into my neck, and they do cause pain and they cause tightness, and maybe it's causing it, maybe it's not. But guess what, people? I'm going to be on ibuprofen for a long time. I have to take at least 2 to 3 pills a day for this issue until it heals, because it is very inflamed in my body. Also, it helps with the shaking of the head. So if it causes me to hold water weight, there's nothing I can do. I have to take it. I cannot function with my head shaking or when the pain gets so excruciating. I also start having muscle cramps, and it's just a side effect of how I'm having to hold my arm. So we're not going to freak out if the scale doesn't move. We're going to go to the gym still. We're going to try some water aerobics. We're going to use the leg machines. We're going to do our walking and do our biking. And when I can't get there, I have a bike here and I have elliptical in my bedroom. And we're just going to focus on the bottom half. Will it look strange? probably, but you know. And we'll try the top half when I can get to the gym for the water aerobic classes, if I can get myself awake that early in the morning. I'm hoping one day they'll do some evening classes. So we are doing page 4 right now, and I just want to make sure I made it clear that I am not doing a low-fat keto and a low-carb diet. Like, I'm not, it is still, so low-fat would be under 25 grams of fat, because that's the standard American, you need to stay under 25. I am doing 48 or higher. Most days it's 98. I think I've only done one 48 day because I love my bacon and I love my stuff. So I was worried I confused people, making y'all think that I am doing a very low fat diet. I'm not doing a very low fat diet. I am just going from like 130s to 98, sometimes less, but not every day less, because I will be starving all the time. Keto works because you have all that fat. Yes, I want my body to eat my own fat, and that's why it's 90 or less. It was 150 or higher. And then later, if I need to lower it more, I will lower it more. But I'm on 2 pills that is going to make it hard to lose some weight. But I'm going to keep doing it because I also have polycystic ovary syndrome and a whole list of crap that also makes it hard to lose weight. And have I given up? No, not at all. Do I feel better? Does my skin look better? Yes, and that's what we're sticking with. We're going with how I feel, what my skin looks like, what does my face look like, is it extremely puffy or not? How does that food make me feel? If the scale doesn't go down, it will one day. It'll be okay. At least my inches are going down. So I'm going to go investigate and see if I can find that kitty because it was really cute. And it's going to be hot all week, so now I can use my front door and open it. Usually it's too cold to open my door this time of the year. But now I can get some sunshine in here, which makes me happy because I like it when it's warmer and I love the sunshine. Oh, I'll show you what I'm having later. Okay, let's do a quick glucose test before breakfast, or lunch, whatever you want to call it. $98. We're not even going to do ketones. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, this morning I am having 3 microwave bacons, 3 scrambled eggs with 1 tablespoon heavy whipping cream. So the last 2 mornings, I have noticed that my collagen coffee is making my blood sugar rise. I don't know why, but it's twice now. We'll see what happens later today. I'm going to test it on my next coffee, and then I'll test it again tomorrow morning. Maybe it's just because it's my first meal of the day. I don't know. It's strange. I'm going to sit here and eat my breakfast. Yes, I've changed because now it's 70 degrees outside and I'm hot, and I don't like to wear that headband all the time either. So I'm going to shut up, eat, and talk to you in a little bit. Okay, before lunch, my blood sugar had got to 98. So we're going to see what it is after lunch. It has been about 30-something minutes, and we're going to see what the blood glucose is. I just basically had some protein and fat. $99, so we went up 1 more. I'm not even gonna worry about the ketones because I don't want to mess it up. Like, not mess it up, but waste it. Hold on. Okay, so that was a high number on my glucose, but I am on ibuprofen, and ibuprofen is very well known to raise your blood sugar. So I can't freak out the next month if I don't go down in weight and if my sugars are too high, because I have no choice but to be on the ibuprofen. They want me on it for a couple of months. But I'm staying keto, and I'm going to hit that gym. I'm going to hit it tomorrow and just deal with having to eat the Motrin, and hopefully I will still be able to lose or at least make some muscles while on these stupid pills, which could explain why I've been stalled for so long, because I take a lot of them throughout the year. I have 7 ounces of chicken with some Italian seasoning cooking in the oven right now that I'm waiting for. I used 1 big measuring cup, like 1 cup is a measuring cup, and I measured in the mushrooms, cucumbers, and green peppers, which is only a few of, and it all laid into 1 cup. And then I have 1 cup of spinach. You can have 2 cups of spinach, but I'm just doing 1. Right, so I've put the 7 ounces of chicken on top. I've added 4 microwave bacons and chopped it all up, 2 ounces of my shredded cheese, and 1 pack of Zaxby's Ranch, which is 2 carbs. So this is my dinner and probably the last meal of the day. I am absolutely starving. Okay, so in an hour I'm going to take my blood sugar and just see where it stands after eating that. I can tell you that my stomach is very swollen, like I'm pregnant. Bad, like really bad. I don't know if it was from the dressing or because I did 2 ounces of cheese or what. Maybe it's the cucumber because it's the only, that and the dressing is the only 2 new things I've done today. It was very little bit of dressing, just a tiny little pack. I think it's like 1 ounce at the most. It was a little bit. And then the cucumber, but my stomach looks like I'm pregnant. I feel like I'm pregnant. So in an hour, we're going to check my blood sugar and I'm going to go for a little walk to get my 5,000 steps in today. And hopefully my stomach will go down.